Going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I am home. I am home. I figured let's do it. Let's jump on board here, bro, because I just finished watching this last game. Hear the music, my intro, my fireman coming music. I've been back for about 2 hours, hour 45 around there. Jump on in the set, man. Appreciate everybody who jumped on board tonight, man. That was pretty awesome. There was 700 people at one point between both channels, man. I want to thank all y'all for coming on. That was awesome. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Appreciate y'all jumping on board with me. What's going on, Lester? Thanks for jumping on. No tens in the stadium. I don't know what you're meaning. I don't know what you mean. But yo, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Show Mott here with another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered. Yeah, I'm giving you a treat today, man. I'm going live again. I just finished watching the Louisville loss, the Virginia loss, and I'm a little bit excited now, and it's messing with me now, bro. It is absolutely messing with me to be a little bit excited now because you know how that crap is, man. That stuff, it can totally mess with you, and you get excited about something, and you're almost like you're the fish on the hook. You know what I mean? And now you see a light, and I'm not even talking from the ACC perspective. I'm talking about from the perspective of an at-large situation. The Canes are going to jump at least 2 spots, man, in the CFP at least. But let's jump on in on this thing, man. If you're in the room, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are not going to be on here for very long because I got a lot of content to push out from the evening after the press conference. Press conference went until God about 8 o'clock or so. I did put up a brief recap on the Instagram page. The Instagram page, if you don't know yet, is Hurricanes Unfiltered. So if you haven't done so yet, go hit up Hurricanes Unfiltered and follow us on Instagram. But man, oh man, goodness gracious, bro, this stuff is. It's been a long day to say the least. But yeah, go on over to Hurricanes Unfiltered on Instagram and follow us there. Appreciate y'all. Our main channel, if you didn't know by now, our main where the hell did it go? Come on now, pod. Man, I gotta create one for this crap. Jesus Louise, bro. This is crazy. Uh you want to go on over, you want to follow us on our main Instagram as well. Come on now, podcast. That's our main Instagram handle. But the Hurricanes content is all on Hurricanes Unfiltered. But yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah, Gerard Pringle looked good. And we're going to talk about that real quick in a second. Miami Hurricanes 38-10 winners over Syracuse. 38-3 felt a whole lot better. The game itself lacked inspiration. Wasn't inspiring at all. I'm sure you can all agree on that. It was not an inspiring experience. It wasn't the type of game that you're going to sit here and go look and say, "Ooh, what a win!" It was pretty awful, to be honest. From outside of about 15 minutes, that it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Oh, by the way, for Hurricanes fans, yeah, thank you, Lester. If you are interested, I do have a Discord channel, and I will share it with you right here. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? I haven't been on this thing in a minute, honestly. Invite people, copy. Here you go. If you're interested in the Discord, we do have a hurricane spot, Hurricanes Unfiltered. So feel free to join the Discord. Not a whole lot of not a whole lot of people in there, but if you want to chop it up and talk Canes football, you can hit the Discord, and there is a Hurricanes Unfiltered section, and get that conversation going. So I do appreciate y'all. Uh, Again, like I said, this was not the most inspirational performance. It was rather ugly. The start of the game was atrocious. Could not move the ball. I mean, just bad. Canes get the ball to start, got a punt. They punt again. They punt again. They punt again. Four punts to start the game. And you're sitting here like, yo, this is god awful garbage. And I mean, heck, one of them, we ran 10 plays to go 37 yards and burned off 6 minutes and 9 seconds. I mean, you could definitely see the difference not having Mark Fletcher out there. You could definitely see the difference. And the the Mark Fletcher not playing, there's a difference. And I'm sure you saw it. It was Look, Marty Brown and Jordan Lyle ain't Mark Fletcher. But I'll tell you this, Gerard Pringle, I like him. He got that burst. There were a few plays where he had a hole, he hit that hole fast, he hit it hard, he saw it, he burst through it. It wasn't like the lumbering running back where it's like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So that was nice to see. That was nice to see. And and I'm don't worry, Jake. I'm gonna get to that one because that's why I went live. Because in terms of ACC play, Virginia's loss doesn't do a whole lot. Louisville's loss, now they got two losses in conference. Again, I'm not looking at it from a perspective of ACC championship opportunity, albeit both of those teams lost at home. They both lost at home tonight. Virginia looked awful. Louisville, I mean, Lord have mercy. That was I mean, Cal goes for the win in overtime and gets the job done. Miami's going to be ranked at least 16th. At the bare minimum, they're going to be moving up to 16 from 18. Could they move up higher than that? What remains to be seen. But from a ranking perspective, they are going to jump. So that is actually important. That's why having 4 games left, well, Miami controls the Pitt destiny. Miami plays Pitt. Miami plays Pitt. So the football rankings are as follows: Ohio State 1, Indiana 2. Indiana's going to drop. It doesn't matter. They're not going to drop. They're going to drop to 3. A&M's going to jump them because Indiana against Penn State. I mean, they're a toe tap from losing to Penn State. Like that was brutal. I hope Pitt beats Notre Dame. I'll be real. That's a big game. Bama is only, again, Bama, boring, bland, trash football. And someone's going to give them credit for beating a fucking LSU team that stinks. They won 20-9 at home. Are we going to listen? Are we going to hear any more about how great Ty Simpson is? I mean, come on, man. Lord have mercy. Every game this team plays is a struggle. Every game they play is a fight. Like they have no easy games. And even against bad teams, like they struggle. They've had rough. Like people think that Bama is so great, man. It makes me ill. But I expect to see Ohio State. I think A&M is going to be second. Indiana move to third. Bama will be 4. Georgia 5. Ole Miss 6. BYU is going to plummet. So yeah, Miami could end up being in the top 50, be top 15 now. BYU got drugged by Texas Tech today. They got drug, right? 29-7. That was an ass whipping. They're out of there. Like they're as far as the ranking right now, they're done. As far as Big 12 play is concerned, they are 5-1, but they're now behind Texas Tech. BYU still has to play TCU and they're going at Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is third in the conference right now. Cincinnati beats BYU. BYU's history. Like they're through regardless. So it won't be like the last year's Big 12 team that jumps into number 12 or 11 type thing. They're going to be ranked. They're going to be the number 12 team. No, Texas Tech will be higher than that because if they win the conference title, they'll be clear, but there won't be another Big 12 team in there. BYU got drugged today, and that matters as well. Then you have Texas Tech, Oregon. Oregon miracle win against freaking Iowa. I mean, they get lucky. They win 18-16. Don't be shocked if Oregon drops. Don't be shocked if Oregon drops. Notre Dame, they win big over Navy. I think they were 49-10 last I checked. Don't you love how Ohio State gets the benefit of winning games 34-10 and no one says a word? It's crazy. All you gotta do is win, man, and they keep you there. You know what I mean? Texas, did they play today? No, they did not. Texas had an off week. They play Georgia next week. Texas could be out of there. I think you want Georgia to win that game. This is why I keep saying there is a chance. Now, Miami has to win and all that. Oklahoma plays at Alabama next week. I think Alabama beats Oklahoma. So that takes out number 11 and number 12. BYU will drop. So Texas and Oklahoma will move up to probably 10, 9, 10, 11. But if they lose next week, they're gonna fall out. Um, Utah still has to play Baylor next week, then Kansas State, then Kansas. I think Utah would, but again, they're in the Big 12 and they have 2 losses. They're not going to make the They're not going to make the tournament, the playoff with 2 losses in conference. Including losing 34-10 to Texas Tech and losing to BYU. Like they won't have a win worth of salt. So I don't anticipate that Utah probably doesn't move. They probably stay at 13 because there's no justification to have them ranked higher than 13th. Then you got Virginia at 14, Louisville 15. They're both going to fall. They're both going to fall outside the top 20 more than likely. Vanderbilt. The question now about Vanderbilt is, do they stay the same? Because Auburn sucks. Auburn sucks. So that's a possibility that because Auburn sucks, people will actually look at this win over Auburn at home, in which you trailed 17-3, 30-24. You win an overtime game over a trash ass Auburn that just fired their coach. Like that you again, do you not pay attention to these things? I mean, they can be very, very excited, but they're 6th in their conference and they lost to Bama and they lost to Texas. So you beat Auburn. Who freaking cares? It doesn't mean dick. So I think there's a possibility that Vanderbilt just sits where they are. Georgia Tech will jump. Georgia Tech was off today, but they're going to jump. And Miami's going to jump. I tell you, Miami could be ranked 15th this week on Tuesday. Miami could be ranked 15th this week on come Tuesday. I'll tell you right now, at least 16, but potentially 15, maybe even 14. I don't know. You have to pay attention to these things. That's why this thing it's still, you got to win, bro. And everything else, if it happens, it happens. But these teams are going to beat each other. Bama next week, Georgia next week. They win. Texas and Oklahoma out of there, bro. They'll both be 3-loss teams. They'll be done. So, yeah, you should be cheering for Bama and Georgia next week. I will be. I mean, even though I hate the thought process of it, but I will be. Let's talk about this game, man. Let's talk about this game. If you're new to the channel, man, I appreciate y'all being here. Hit the like button and subscribe, man. I thank y'all for jumping on board. Yeah, I think Georgia Tech has to beat Georgia. I think Georgia Tech has to get past Georgia Tech. I don't know which one you want. Do you want Georgia Tech to win or do you want Georgia Tech to lose? I don't know which one you want because you got Georgia Tech. It has to get past Georgia Tech. Juan Manuel, just if you want to clarify. Hurricanes, bro. That start was horrible. That start was absolutely flipping horrible. And Miami is Juan Manuel. I've said it. There's a chance. I'm not saying there's a great one. If the Hurricanes win out, I said already, if the Hurricanes win out, they have a real good opportunity. It's that simple. I don't want to hear about the SEC as a conference. I'm so sick of that shit. They got 3 good teams, and the rest of them are fucking mid-tier teams. Like, I don't want to hear it. They got 3 good teams, maybe 4. And they got 4 good, let's say 4 good teams. The rest of them are mid. Alabama lost to Florida State. I want to remind you, Alabama lost by 14 to Florida State. Do not tell me how great the SEC is when they can't beat Florida State, who just got beaten up by Clemson tonight. I don't want to hear about how great the SEC is. Georgia barely beat Florida, and Miami dragged Florida. So I don't want to hear about how great Georgia is. Texas lost to Florida. Miami dragged Florida. At what point, do we actually look at these games? Yes, Miami lost. They sure as shit did. NC State's going to be a very tough game next week. You got to be ready to play. ESPN says it goes from 8. Well, nice. That's nice information to have right there. 8 to 20%. Good to know. There's an opportunity. You got to handle your business. It's very, very simple. What I saw tonight will not handle the business. That business ain't being handled, bro. How's my son? He sleep, bro. He was asleep by the time they got there because I gotta stay in the press conference. My wife and kids went to the car and they just wait for me for like an hour. He was asleep when I got in the car. Um, but yeah, man. Miami here. Let's go back to the Hurricanes game because that's why we're here for the most part. But my point is, there's an opportunity, man. There is an absolute opportunity. And again, anyone who was on board today with on the live, man, I appreciate y'all. Genuinely, I do. I should have done these earlier this year. I should have thought about it this year and done lives from my iPad. And hell, I thought it came out great, man. Seriously. At one point we had mid 700s, and that kind of surprised me considering Miami lost last week. I kind of thought maybe we'd be a major drop off. Last week we had over 900. This week over 700 people, which was wonderful, and I do appreciate it. You know, the hurricane content continues to grow, and I'm gonna tell you what, bro. When you, I was a lot more tame, I'm sure, with my language because I have to be. Every game scares me. Every game scares me because I don't know what to expect from these coaches. The game plan, I'm gonna be real, man. If you got to run trick plays to score on Syracuse, that bothers me. Like you shouldn't have to run quarterback throwback and throws to your offensive tackle to score touchdowns. And you want to know what I say to that? If that's what you needed to do, why didn't you run that against SMU? Why didn't you run that against Louisville? Like those are the games that you run that stuff in. Like you don't run that shit against flipping Syracuse. Like you got to run a pass to flipping Francis Malgoa to score on Syracuse. You got to run a quarterback throwback from Malachi Tony to Carson Beck to score on Syracuse. That's just rough, bro. That's just crazy to me. Those are the plays that we should have run against Louisville and SMU. If I mean seriously, we would have scored on both them plays against both those teams. And I'm happy for these guys. Look, I just you can see there was a happiness in the press conference after the game. There was a happiness. You could see a joy. You know, Malgoa apparently they call him Cece. I didn't know that you call a big boy like that Cece. That's kind of like I don't know, a little bit weird to me. But Francis Malgoa's nickname is Cece. So yeah, bro, he was so he was so happy. He was so apparently that was something that they talked about. You know, yeah, now exactly, Jake. Now he wants to have creativity against a team that's a 30-point underdog. Like, give me a break. Um, Magoa comes in the press conference, bro, and he says that was a play that they talked about with Mario Cristobal before he got to school here. When he signed with Miami, it was an agreement that he was going to score a touchdown before he left. That they were going to run some shit like that for him. He flat out said it, and he says I was upset because I wanted to run people over. I'm actually very happy he didn't have to run anybody over, to be honest. I just want to get that big boy into the end zone. But that was he was really happy. And then you have Carson Beck come in, and he was like, he said, by the way, they said they've been practicing that play with Mongoa for 3 years. 3 years. That they've practiced that play probably 50 times. 50 times. Don't worry, workforce. I will get there. I promise you. Yeah, that did blow the spread. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That did blow the spread. Shit. But going into that, the play to Carson Beck comes in the press conference. He says, we've talked about that play for a minute, and I knew, and like, this is the place that you're going to run it. And when he called it, he said, all I'm just thinking is catch the ball, catch the ball, catch the ball. And then he says, Malachi Tony, he said he threw it a little bit low. He's like, please just catch the ball, catch the ball, catch the ball. Says he turns and looks. He's like, I got 4 linemen in front of me. There's nobody on Syracuse on that side. He says, I wasn't looking to run anybody over. He was obviously very, very excited and happy about that. There was a smile, a kind of a joy to these guys. And this is what doing stuff like that can do. Those trick plays, those fun plays, they can make it fun again. You know what I mean? It made it fun, and it puts it, makes it feel better that you didn't play that great as a team, but you have that fun stuff that gets your spirits up. Now, again, it's 0-0 going into this our last offensive possession of the first half, and we drive 5 plays, 90 yards. highlighted by a 41-yard pass to Dalen Upshaw on a screen. Takes it right up the field, and a couple plays later, that's when you hit the 14-yard touchdown pass from Malachi Tony to Carson Beck on the throwback. And then Keontae Moore, 3 plays later, runs a pick six back off Ricky Collins for a 38-yard interception return for touchdown. And it's 14-0. So it did change the momentum and the environment in the building. But my goodness. I mean, to only be up 14-0 going into halftime, that was pretty, for me, deflating. I expected a whole lot more. I'm sure many of us did. And then, Syracuse, Mario finally calls a freaking timeout after first down for Syracuse. And then we proceed to give up a 22-yard run to Yazine Willis to give them a chance. And now you see Syracuse running the ball up the field, and you're seeing like, get out of here. This cannot happen, right? And they did start Ricky Collins this week rather than their lacrosse player. And he wasn't a whole lot better, but he did a good job of getting outside, the pocket and getting some chunk plays with his legs. But Miami forces a fumble, a rip out by Akeem Mesidor right before the half that was recovered. I think it was by Jacoby Thomas. He recovers that. I believe he recovered it. And the Canes are able to get out of the first half of the 14-0 lead. Syracuse gets the ball back to start the second half. They go 8 plays, 55 yards, kick a field goal, and you're like, oh my God. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. But Miami responds immediately. 3 plays, 78 yards, a 61-yard touchdown pass from Carson Beck to Keelan Marion on a crosser. And that's why those crossers work, bro. Keep saying them crossers flipping work. Get those crossers out there. By the way, I'm gonna tell you right now, you heard it here first. Gerard Pringle should start. Gerard Pringle should start next week. I don't know if y'all agree with me or not. Gerard Pringle should start. Leave a comment. Let me know if you agree with me or not. Because that kid has burst. Jordan Lyle, unimpressed. Marty Brown was okay. But Pringle, he has a burst about him. And he needs to start. He needs to start. Cut the crap. He could get to the edge. And then Miami forces a punt on 6 plays, gets the ball back, goes 9 plays, 83 yards. This is where Pringle got in the game and started doing some work, man. It was a long drive, 83 yards, 452 in the drive. They started really trying to get the ball to Malachi Tony because they were saying that Malachi Tony was being shaded and making it very hard. It's like, oh my God. Every time I hear people say, oh, it's hard to get him the ball. Goodness gracious. It's like, yeah, I was actually talking to David and Chris today before the game started, and it was like, yo, get Pringle the ball, man. I mean, like, give him the ball. Like, we need to get speed out there because this shit's ridiculous. Great minds think alike. Inside the U.S., that was what I helped found. So, we kind of all think in that same mindset because we've all been through this. They've been through it longer than me because they've been doing it for 20 plus years now. I took a little bit of a break, but now I'm back here doing this again, and yeah. Malachi Tony made some plays. Even Elijah Lofton caught a pass. Miracles happen. Pringle goes 11 yards to the 19. It gets a 19-yard touchdown run, and the Canes are up 28-3. Then they have the funkiest interception that you've ever seen before. The ball bounces off the wide receiver, and it lands in Jacoby Thomas's hands, and he didn't even know that he caught the. He thought it was an incomplete pass. He thought the ball hit the ground. And yeah, he said Mo Toure said, go, go, go. And that's why he ran, because he thought the ball hit the ground. Then you see the replay. Oh, my God, he really picked this ball off. But, of course, then Miami goes conservative. And you're sitting here like, I don't know if y'all agree again. I'm sitting here screaming, saying, go attack, go to the end zone right now. Go right to the end zone. And what does Shannon Dawson do? Rush up the middle. Gerard Pringle up the middle. You're going to have your speed back going up the middle. I don't get it. And then you bring Marty Brown in the game and you give him the ball up the middle for 4 yards. And now you're in an incomplete pass situation. Now Bauman got the ball broken up, got hit, and Davis hits a 36-yard field goal. Miami's up 31-3. But sitting here like, bro, go for the jugular. End these dudes, bro. Why do you let these guys stick around? Miami forces a punt. Next possession, -4 yards. Then they punt back. Then Syracuse goes 9 plays, gets stopped on downs at 35 yards of offense. Miami gets the ball, goes 51 yards on 5 plays. Capped off by a Francis Magoa 3-yard touchdown run. It's a touchdown run because he was behind. It was a backward pass, and Magoa makes it 38-3 now. Ooh-sa. Ooh-sa. Watching them score with 20 seconds to go made me sick. It made me sick. It absolutely made me ill. I don't know how it made y'all feel, but we just got a big sack, and then on the next play, where are the safeties? Where are the safeties? A 17-yard touchdown pass. You let them go down the field. They said that there were seven starters out on defense. 7 starters out on defense. That's what he said. 7 starters. I don't know if he meant the whole team or just defense. But there was a lot of backups out there. I think it was 7. They said that there was some issues. Guys were getting dinged up. Again, I don't have a broadcast, so I'm just going from what I'm seeing. To give that touchdown, I felt sick. For those who bet on the game at 28.5 points, I feel sick for you. I feel sick from the perspective of 38-3 looks a whole lot better than 38-10. That shit is ridiculous. Like, put them to bed, bro. And that was the fucking lacrosse player playing quarterback. You know, hey, Frank R. I'll be there live next week, just so you know. I showed the whole game on my tablet. I had the whole game on the tablet, on the iPad. Can't zoom it in, but if you pop it on your television set, you'll get a good enough picture of it. It's big enough on the television set. Juan Manuel, I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's great. Defense was outstanding. And what? Do not let these guys score in the final possession with their backup quarterback. No, sorry, their third string quarterback. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. I don't want to hear that. Juan Manuel, we got to be real. These idiots in the committee look at box scores. They're not watching the game. I promise you, they're not watching football games. I said last week, they literally follow the AP poll to almost a T. They proved me right. People were arguing. I was bitching and moaning about the rankings. I keep telling you, they literally watched box scores. They look at the score. They don't watch the game. They use the AP poll as their guide. And from there, they might tinker a little bit after the top 5 or 6. After that, it's literally all the same teams. It's the same freaking teams as the damn rank, as the AP poll. There's nothing that's really off the cuff there. So they're going to look at that 38-10 and say, Syracuse sucks. They look at the box score and see, it took Miami 26 minutes to score on Syracuse. Yeah, he said that. He said, Carson Beck said in the press conference, it's like these slow starts. Call some plays that are worth a damn. Again, number 1, I'm starting Pringle next week. JoJo Trade, I'm going to bring him up. They don't watch games, Jake. I'm telling you, I know this. They don't watch games. Because Notre Dame last week against freaking Boston College, 25-10. That shit was terrible. They were awful. They were awful. Notre Dame beats Navy. They'll be praised as gods. You know what I mean? Okay. I mean, are you worried about Bauman? Seriously? The guy can't catch when the ball hits him in the numbers, man, when he's by himself. I mean, again, Carson Beck can get trashed on. I mean, he was 17-24. I don't know what you want. The game is called so damn vanilla. It's such a vanilla fashion. When the touchdown happened on defense scored and caused a fumble. Most backups were in. I'm looking at Juan Manuel. Do you want to make the playoffs? If you want to make the playoffs, Juan Manuel, we have to win with some style points. I'm sorry. You have to win with style. You can't go beat NC State next week 14-13. There's got to be some style in there. We got to have some style in this shit. It has to be a blowout, like a real blowout. It has to be a real blowout. Giving up that score in the last possession was ridiculous. And Mario honestly was unhappy with it. I mean, he flat out said it. Guys got to make plays. Yeah, beat the hell. Like, you can't go to Virginia Tech and have a close game. It's going to matter. I'm telling you guys, it's going to matter. You didn't believe me. You didn't listen to me when I said the rankings matter in comparison to the CFP. You didn't listen to me. You didn't believe me. I got all the comments. I got the proof that many go, oh, they don't matter. No, they do matter. They do matter, and they're going to matter. Whatever the AP ranks Miami at tomorrow, whatever Miami's ranked tomorrow, Miami will either be one spot above or one spot behind. Mark it down. Max 2. And it will be 2 ahead, not 2 behind. Because at the end of the day, a 38-10 win is a win. But a 38-3 win looks a lot better on paper. I keep saying it, bro. I keep saying it. And now there are some injury concerns. You got guys that are dinged up, going down, and you're going to be playing again next week. So guys got to get healthy and be ready to roll. Rankings do matter. They did. Okay. I said that the workforce, I said, no, if you win out, they still matter. Would it have mattered if Miami was 14th instead of 18th today? Yeah, absolutely. If Miami, I said it already in my live multiple times, I said it on Monday. Miami goes to 9-2, and Pitt is 9-2. That means Pitt beats Georgia Tech and Pitt beats Notre Dame. And we're both 9-2 playing at Pitt end of November. And Miami beats Pitt, they're beating a top 15 team. That would be a 4th ranked win. Miami's in the playoffs. Win the ACC or not, Miami wins out and beats a 9-2 Pitt. Miami's in the playoffs. I've said it then, I'm saying it again. I don't agree with winning by 1 point because Miami will get dropped if they win by 1 point over Virginia Tech and NC State. Miami will get dropped if they win by 1 point. Disagree with that, J Hoop. I disagree with that. We win by 1 point in the next 2 games, we're getting dropped in the polls. No, it does. If we're still ranked 18th tomorrow and then 18th at the CFP, you bet your ass it matters. But we're going to move up because Louisville and Virginia both lost. So that's helpful. And on top of that, Georgia Tech is now the team that's the ACC champ by the ranking right now. Oklahoma's going to lose. Alabama's going to crush them. I'm not worried about Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not very good. We need Oklahoma to lose. We need Texas to lose. So put on your Bama hat, put on your Georgia cap, and cheer for both those teams because those games matter. Third quarter was the best quarter the Canes had. My concern is that the Canes have played literally a good 20 minutes. Vandy should drop. Beating Auburn should not get you a fucking cookie. They should drop. Auburn sucks. Coming off of firing their coach, not having a, I mean, that's a home game. They should drop. Miami, I'm telling you right, I think we would jump about 15, 16. Yeah, so anyhow. Post game, they talked about J.R. Pringle was in there. Carson Beck talked about that play and obviously the slow starts and so forth. Who else was in there? Jacoby Thomas, things he said he wanted to clean up. Mario, he says nothing. He's a word salad sandwich maker, bro. He's a word salad sandwich maker to me. It goes in one ear out the other. I don't have a whole lot when it comes down to whenever he speaks. Doesn't really matter to me. He just speaks, It doesn't. It just seems very, very generic. I'm gonna have some stuff posted about it. I'm gonna do a recap of his post game. They did clean up the penalties a bit today, thankfully. The penalties were not as bad. You didn't see a whole bunch of pre-snap offensive line penalties, which was good. Look, in the ACC, any of these teams can lose. In the ACC, any of these teams can lose. But there's no unbeatable ACC team. I mean, real talk. Georgia Tech should have lost to Wake Forest. If you saw that game, they should have lost that game. Now, you didn't see the pre-snap penalties There was a holding call called on Elijah Lofton. The time of possession today was relatively equal, 30 minutes and 23 seconds, 29-37. Miami forced 3 turnovers, 2 picks, and a fumble. Syracuse actually had 8 penalties for 65 yards. Miami had 5 for 54, which was nice. Third down efficiency wasn't great for the Canes, 3 of 9. And defensively, there was a lot. We had 6 sacks. I'm sorry, 7 sacks. So you had Jacoby Thomas with a sack, Akeem Mesdor with 1.5, J. Dice Richard with a half. Ruben Bain finally got back in there with a sack. Keontae Scott had a sack. Dylan Day had a sack. Cam Pruder, Mondo Blunt had a half sack. Raul Aguirre had 6 tackles. Jacoby had 5. Damari Brown 5. Lucas 5. Blay 5. Teray 5. There were 4 pass defenses. Lucas had 1. Teray had 1. Scott had 1. And Isaiah Taylor had 1. I am not impressed at all with the punting game from Dylan Joyce. He doesn't. The guy never flips field. I don't know what people think about that guy. Oh, Miami beat Miami. Louisville don't beat Miami. Miami beat Miami. Miami beat Miami in both those losses. Like, we all know it. We all know it. And Louisville was pretty devastated losing that game. You can see it. Louisville's very mid. And to lose that game sucks because it's like you were unprepared. And I'll tell you this, I thought Miami looked unprepared today. I thought Miami looked really unprepared early on against Ricky Collins. I don't understand how you didn't expect Syracuse to go back from Joseph Filardi. I don't care who the hell they had listed. Joseph Filardi had 38 yards passing, 39 yards passing last week. Today he had 39 yards passing, 3 of 3 against the Canes. He led the only touchdown drive. He probably take the job back from Ricky Collins next week. Ricky Collins goes 12 of 25 for 85 yards, 2 picks. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Back to Dylan Joyce. I'm not happy with Dylan Joyce's punting. Not happy with Dylan Joyce's punting at all. It's kind of depressing, to be honest, watching him punt the ball. He has that damn rugby kick is such fucking shit. It's just kind of like ridiculous. It's kind of it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. To watch him punt and never flip field, it just grows tired. He doesn't bomb any of them. I don't know if y'all see the same thing I'm seeing. Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't. We punted the ball in the first possession from the 39 we punted the first possession from the 45-yard line. This guy punts the ball through the fucking end zone. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all can put it in the comments. You're at the 45-yard line, and this guy booms the ball into the end zone. I mean, the ball bounced at the 4-yard line. I think it bounced about the 4-yard line. Dylan Joyce, the punter. I don't know how how the center got to do with this. Dylan Joyce is the punter. He doesn't flip field on his punts, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he doesn't help with field position. I'm glad I brought that one up because Mario brought up special teams as well. I'm going to talk about that as well. So he kicks the ball through the end zone. It's a situation where you want to pin them inside the 10-yard line. He bangs it through the back of the end zone. I mean, it's like, bro, come on. He gets the ball. We get the ball back. He punts this time from the 39-yard line. And he punts the ball out of bounds, 41 yards to the 20. It's a shit punt. Again, how are you not pinning these guys inside the 20? He punts again, this time from the 23. This is when I talk about flipping field. I mean, this was a longer punt, 52 yards, but the punt was a line drive, so they were able to return it. He doesn't put any air under it. That rugby style kick, he never puts air under it. Heart of sports, I don't disagree with you. So they get the ball. They start the possession at their own 32 because he doesn't put any air under the punt. Then he punts it again from the 26, a 35-yard punt. So Syracuse gets the ball at the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. I mean, these punts suck. These punts really suck. And then he had one last punt that he kicked for 46 yards. Probably the best punt he had the whole day. But I think his punting work is causing problems. Now, Mario Cristobal talked about special teams and how Syracuse took away our special teams with Malachi Tony returning kicks with the punts. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news to Mario Cristobal, but teams are going to start treating Malachi Tony like he's flipping Devin Hester. Dylan Joyce, you want me to see what he's averaging for the season? Probably 40 to 45, but that's not good in today's football. That's below average. That's below. That's not up to par. Right now, let me find out. Dylan Joyce, 44.3. Not very good. Not very good, in my opinion. He does not flip the field. Last year, he was worse, which, in the year, I mean, this is his best year, and I think he's bad. So they can stop going and get kickers from Australia for all I care. Stop doing it, wherever the hell he's from. Yeah, he mentioned. So Mario mentions in the press conference that Syracuse took away our punt return. Of course they are. I wouldn't kick the ball to Malachi Tony. Would you? Would any of y'all kick the ball to Malachi Tony at this point? Every time homeboy catches the ball, he goes. He goes. Like, would you kick him the ball? I wouldn't. I'd never kick him the ball. Ever. Ever. I would never kick him the ball. He's dynamic. He's a playmaker. Syracuse made a point to really put a lot of air under it. And I mean, hell, he didn't fair catch one, and even then, in that little 5-yard return he had, I mean, he made people miss in 5 yards. The kid makes people miss, but they did a good job of putting air under it as well to make him fair catch everything because they put a lot of air under the punt. I would tell you this. I would consider in punt return, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, this is what you do when you coach. You look at options. I put 2 kick returners back there. I put Keelan Marion back there, and I put Malachi Tony back there. You're going to kick it to somebody. And I can mess around with stuff. And maybe run a reverse. I don't know. You can almost make it look where one guy is like looking at the ball like this, and the ball ain't coming to him, but the ball's going to the other guy. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, they paid Keelan Marion a boatload of money to come to Miami as a kick returner. And all he does is return kickoffs, and that rarely happens because people kick the ball at the end zone. I mean, I would be looking at putting 2 people back there potentially to return kicks to create issues for the opponent. Because otherwise, I mean, it should be Marion. He's the guy that you brought here to do this. Like, it should be Marion. I just want to see Pringle playing running back. I want to see Gerard Pringle starting at running back. That's what I want to see next week. I absolutely want to see him starting at running back. Don't have an injury report yet for who got hurt. Sure we'll know more tomorrow or Monday. But it's like Mario's surprised that someone's trying to negate one of your strengths. I can't wear this hat. I can't wear a hat. And by the way, go to the merch store. Grab yourself some merch. Go to hurricanesunfiltered.com. Hit the merch store. Get some merch, man. I will send you a lanyard, a free lanyard. If you grab some merch, whatever you get, whatever it is, I appreciate it. I will send y'all a free lanyard if you haven't seen them yet. There. If you haven't seen them yet, free lanyard. I'll send it to you by mail. Hurricanes Unfiltered lanyard. All right. I appreciate it, man. Ah, man. But you got to be prepared for that next week because NC State's not going to just go kick the ball to Malachi Tony. You know? Yeah. Oh, my God. They did a lot of work to try to get Malachi the ball in the third quarter with the running game. I mean, it's wild to listen to stuff. And I just sitting here. Well, Beck didn't throw any picks today, so you don't have to worry about that. Beck didn't throw any picks. And by the way, the one that he did throw that was negated by holding, it happened because his receiver got tackled. And when the receiver got up, he wasn't in the spot he was supposed to be. So Beck was clean today, man. There's a couple of throws that weren't great, but he was clean today. Now, JoJo Trader dropped 2 passes. He had 2 drops. He had 1 drop on a crosser that forced us to punt. That if he catches that ball, dude might. I mean, that would have been a big play. That was early on. Don't know if y'all remember that play or not. He was crossing this way and then about to go up. He left the ball behind him. You know, he had 3 catches for 19 yards. When was that play? When was that? That was in the. I think that was the second drive. Or was it the 3rd and 11 from the 45? I don't remember which one it was. Was it at the first possession? He had 2 drops. Maybe in the first possession. No. Yeah, maybe which one was it? Broken up by Peel. He had 2 drops. I think it was the 4th possession from the 26. Whichever one. It was the one that was early. No, none of the drops that he had were on Beck. Actually, he made a grab with his back arm on a bad throw by Beck on a crosser where he fell. Now, it was one of those things where you're sitting here saying, "Bro, you dropped the easy one that you could have gone for a touchdown possibly, and that was a bad throw by Beck where Trader had to go back with his left hand on a crosser. And again, if that ball's thrown here, he's gone. But this one he caught, and you're like, dude, you got it. It was nice. It was a great catch. But it's like, how do you drop that other ball that's so simple? It's frustrating as shit. You know, it's frustrating as shit. He dropped a couple, you know, and people weren't happy, man. Not where I was sitting, bro. They were not happy, you know. DP Buck, you know what's funny? This year, scrambling quarterbacks had not given us trouble, actually, because we've been preparing for them. We decimated Tommy Castellanos. We beat the hell out of Byron Brown. Um, Kevin Jennings did not run the ball against us. He threw the ball. He threw the ball. That they had no running game. SMU. Miller Moss is not a running quarterback. The dude from Stanford wasn't shit. CJ Carr, I mean, you know, I thought we did I think up until this game we've been very solid against the scrambling level quarterback, and today I don't think we did that great against Ricky Collins got out of the pocket a bunch on us. We just whiffed on tackles. We whiffed on tackles. I'm not saying there's no potential for JoJo. He needs to not drop passes that hit him in the chest. You know, you can't drop passes that hit you in the chest. I don't want to like that. We can't. Accountability is a mother. You have got to be accountable. You've got to be accountable, bro. Accountability is critical. You drop a pass, like You got to stop doing this stuff, bro. You know, it is one of those things where catch the ball. It's your job. Catch the ball. Let's see anything else. Obviously, we next week's game is at 3:30 against NC State. So it's good that I get to not be out all night. I'm happy about that. I will be doing a live from the stadium, like I did. I don't know if anyone, was anyone that was it's in here right now. Did you watch the live? Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. If you were in there, did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Was I entertaining? Did I make it enjoyable? Since I know a lot of people don't even have a TV to watch because of YouTube TV issues. But I will be doing a live next week at 3:30 once again. And then at night after the game, I come home. I got bare knuckle fighting. I cover bare knuckle. Bare knuckle fighting BKFC 84 is in Palm Desert, California. Title fight between Josh D-Day Dyer and Lorenzo Juggernaut Hunt for the light heavyweight championship. So I'll be doing a live on that as well. That will be a long ass day. I'll be talking a whole lot. Holy Lord. Whew, bro. I did drop a video yesterday about the quarterback situation for next year. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out, man. I appreciate it. And leave a comment. Let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. Thank you, Jay Hoop. Appreciate it. Yeah, you were the one that mentioned you muted the TV, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I even started dancing when they put on DJ Laz, you know? Oh, let's see what else. But yeah, I'll be doing 2 lives next week, so I'll be on all day. I'll get like a 10-minute break at home. Probably won't be here before the start of the BKFC fight, but I'll be here definitely midway through it and have to do a live for that. And again, every Monday, just give y'all the schedule of our shows here. We do multiple shows. I do multiple shows. What's going on, Cell TV? Appreciate you jumping on. How we had no vertical shots, none, no vertical shots. That's alarming. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how we don't throw the ball deep once the whole game. There's no threat. We don't even threaten them down the field. It's crazy. They did run us. They did run a wheel route, a real route, a wheel route. That did happen. They didn't throw it to the guy who ran that route, but they did run it once. I did see that from my angle. And where was I? Well, yeah, our schedule shows every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. I do a show with my friend Ben Daniel. We do a general sports because we do cover a lot of WNBA, but the WNBA is dead now, so we'll be talking college football, NFL football tomorrow, and that's pretty much it. Because we do have a group that loves women's basketball, so we will talk about that briefly, but we'll probably be hitting college NFL first, and then a Monday night, 9 p.m., Hurricanes Unfiltered Live. Hurricanes Unfiltered Live. We do at 9 p.m. I'm on there at 9 p.m. I'm going to be bringing back our weekly Wednesday night show. We used to do a Wednesday night. See, this podcast, just so you know, started off as Come On Now, the podcast. Come On Now, the podcast has now become more of a banner over shows, more of a media company type situation. So where I have Come On Now, the podcast, and under the podcast, I got Hurricanes Unfiltered. Heat Unfiltered. You see them all on the right-hand side of your screen. Rudy's Rant, Yankees Unplugged, Pro Football Corner, Her Game, Her Way, Women's Basketball, and Combat Corner. And I do all those. I don't do a live Combat Corner show other than fights. And I haven't done any live Heat shows yet. Following ain't big enough yet, but I'm doing, game recaps and information on the Heat. I'm a Yankee fan, as people know by now. If you haven't seen, you can see all the stuff in my background right there. And but yeah, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, we're gonna come back at probably 9 o'clock p.m. and bring back Come On Now, the podcast. We're gonna bring on my co-host. Well, He has less time. Nick Taylor, he played in the CFL for 8 years, 3-time Grey Cup champion. If you look on our website, come on now podcast.com, you'll see his picture up there. And we'll be talking to, he and I will chop it up and have a good time. And we're going to bring that back now every Wednesday at 9 o'clock every Wednesday. And then Thursday, I take a day off. Friday, take a day off in terms of live show. And then we come back Saturday for the live game, man. No, Cell TV, they're not even throwing 20-yard routes. It's ridiculous, bro. It's painful. I'm at least happy that they threw crossers today, but to not throw the ball deep ever is just becoming really painful. They're allowing these teams to dictate what they do. They're just allowing it. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. You're not stretching the defense at all. They're allowed to keep everything in front of them. You make this a dogfight. You make these games hard. They're not this damn hard. You're making them hard. And we are where we are. We are where we are. Next week we got to play CJ Bailey. He's having a hell of a year. He's having a hell of a year. His QBR is like 81. He's having a heck of a year. He's throwing for 2,411 yards, 70.7% completion, 19 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's been sacked 14 times, so he is sackable. 81.4 QBR, 12th in the country. NC State's 5-4. They do. Miami on the predictor matchup for ESPN, 88.5 to 11.5. Agreed. Tommy Cruz, yes, way too far off the ball. They have look, again, NC State can be scored on. Another team defensively that's just not very good. I hit the Kylorian, man. I hit that up. Or I said mine's going to be probably 15, 16, maybe 14 tomorrow in the AP. And I think that they'll probably be 14, 15, or 16 come Tuesday in the CFP. But yeah, look at it. This shit is so annoying. It's so annoying. NC State has been scored on by everybody. 31 points to Virginia, 24 to Wake Forest, 33 to Duke, 21 to Vatek stinks, 36 to Notre Dame, 53 to Pittsburgh, 36 to Georgia Tech. My goodness, for Christ's sakes, you need to score some points on these guys. Oh, Howard, I'd be running slants all day. By the way, Malachi Tony got knocked out of the game, if you remember, on a really stupid play call where it's so freaking obvious that they're throwing the ball to him. He runs behind the line of scrimmage. They throw the ball to him directly, and he gets drilled. And I don't know if y'all remember the play, but Mario Cristobal in the press conference said that he took a knee to knee. So he said he's okay, but he got sat the rest of the game. Yeah, Frank, bro, again, I ain't arguing with you, bro. Yes, we need to score. Like this shit is ridiculous. This shit's gotten embarrassing in terms of the score. Like to see these teams and make their defenses, like we made Syracuse's defense look like it was elite for like almost 25 minutes. We made their defense look almost elite for 25 minutes. Let me see where NC State is defensively. NC State. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Let me do a search because I can't find it. Okay, they're giving up. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. They're one spot ahead of Syracuse. And Syracuse defense stinks and made them look good. So they're giving up 30 30.6 points per game. They're giving up 424 yards a game. 425 per game. Syracuse was giving up 435 per game coming into tonight. 435, and we had 385. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. Made them look pretty decent. But yeah, they are one of the worst defenses in the country. They're like 110, 425 yards a game, 30.6 points. They suck. They suck. Jesus Lord. Scoring wise, they're like 100th around there. Basura. Oh man, like make these defenses look elite for Christ's sakes. Miami has a pretty expensive roster right now, just to let you know. It is the last game, the last home game of the season. It is the last home game of the season next week. So we'll see if they do something special. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up tonight, man. I appreciate everyone jumping on board. I thank y'all for hitting up the live. Before we can get to Pitt, man, we got to win next week against NC. We have to beat NC State convincingly, but they got a heck of an offense too. They score points too. Where is NC State offensively? Where are they? They are. Before we go, NC State offensively is top 30, 438.6 yards a game, 33.2 points. They're not going to be easy because they can move the ball. They can score some points. We got to be way better than we were tonight. That's for sure. Got to be way better than we were today. Appreciate everybody, man. If you haven't done so yet, man, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And once again, go over to Instagram, hit up at Hurricanes Unfiltered and follow us there as well. And of course, like I said, if you get some merch from the website, appreciate it. I'll send you a lanyard. So God bless, man. Y'all have a great night and happy to win. But God, that shit was not impressive. But as always, it's all about you, man. I appreciate y'all. God bless. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered. All right, come on now, the podcast. Come on now.